I was always searching for a middle ground of someone who would share some of the parts that were harder, but also, you know, just how worth it was. Welcome to 24 hours with my baby. The last time I did one of these videos was when this guy was 3 months old, and now we're almost 9 months old, which is crazy. I love these videos. I think it's such a real inside look at what mom life looks like, our current routines, activities, starting solids. It is 6:40. We just woke up for the day. Slept great last night, but did woke up at 5 and did not want to go back in the crib. Usually on these mornings, we'll kick Aiden out. He'll sleep in the guest bed and we will cuddle until he wakes up at 6:30. I have always liked my mornings by myself, of getting things done around the house and feeling ahead on the day, but I'm trying to soak up the season right now because it is really sweet. I know I'm gonna miss this. Having some morning playtime while I get some caffeine in. We have been loving this playmat. We have a playmat from House of Noah. It is just so comfy. As far as toys go, pretty minimal still. A lot of these are from KiwiCo. We have a subscription, and I would say that's mainly where toys are from, and then we just use household items as toys. I also try to let him play by himself a little bit, especially on the days where I wake up at the same time as him to be able to read my Bible. I'll leave him for a little bit, just kind of practicing that right now to get that independent play.
Oh no, you saw me!
He's here too, Cash King. 1, 2. The snow can come, the wind can call. Good job. You got it.
Woo! Good job!
As far as solids has gone, it's totally up and down. I've never done a purely baby-led weaning, a purely purees approach. Essentially anything super black and white has not served either of us so far, so I just kind of roll with whatever we're both feeling like. He was sick for a while and was coming off a cold, and so he hasn't been super into solids. I still try breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A couple weeks ago, he was super into it, especially since he has his little pincher grasp now. He can really pick things up. It's really cute. I love prepping food ahead of time though, if I can. Simple things, because most things honestly end up on the floor he plays with. I actually keep a list on my phone of just easy meals when there are those days when I just can't even think. Breakfast, banana pancakes. That's my favorite. I actually made these last night and froze them. I do this probably once a week. Almond butter toast, fruit, scrambled eggs, cottage cheese, yogurt, mix in some peanut butter. So simple. Avocado toast, fruit. For lunch, avocado toast, eggs, turkey meatballs, pasta, red sauce, cottage cheese. And honestly, today I made this meal. He hasn't wanted any of it. And so I do have these kind of backup pouches that we'll do too. That's something that used to stress me out. I was like, he's not gonna eat if I do the pouches. I just don't stress about it anymore. And I never try to force anything. If it's not happening, it's not happening. I've also been trying to practice an open cup too. And he's pretty good about it. This is the time when he starts to get a little bit more restless during his wake window, and so we're going outside. Try to spend as much time as possible outside. About to go for a jog with Connor. We recently got a jogging stroller, and it's a game changer. It's so much easier to get a workout in this way. I usually just run about 2 miles. It's nothing crazy, and then I'll come back and pick up Cash and walk him unless Aiden's available to walk him, but today it's just me. So I always have the most energy in the morning, and so this is my new favorite way to get that energy out, get a workout in, and he has so much fun too. This is my go-to when we're trying to stretch to nap time. Down for his first nap. We're doing 2 naps right now, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and I love this schedule. It's the perfect amount of time to have activities but also rest, a nice break for me. I try to get ready every day. It definitely makes me feel great, and the key I have found to this is just being super minimal, super quick hair and makeup. So I just added some waves to my hair. I usually just do the top layer and just kind of let the bottom be natural. My makeup routine, 10 minutes max. I use all products now from Merit, which I'm obsessed with. I'm so thankful to be partnering with them on today's video. It's a dream because I have wanted to try their stuff for a while. Been using everything over the past month. How cute is the makeup bag? Adorable. All first-time customers get this if you order from their website. They never have discounts, but it's so cool because I actually got to create a couple of sets of my favorite products. This is my favorite set. You will get 15% off all of these products total and save $30. It comes with their Clean Lash, Shade Slick, the Day Glow, the Flush Balm, the Brow Duo, and the Minimalist. And then my must-haves, this one is also 15% off everything, and it comes with the Flush Balm, the Shade Slick, Clean Lash, and the Day Glow. And each of those has a bit of a discount. I start off with a complexion stick. If I have any breakouts on my skin, I'll also use it under my eyes. Everything is non-comedogenic, so it doesn't clog your pores, which is incredible, and I can vouch because I've been using them for a while. Going in with their Day Glow, this is in the shade Solstice. I like to use this as my bronzer. It just gives the perfect amount of kind of sculpting to my face. This is actually my first time using a cream bronzer and I love it. It is so just glowy and moisturizing. This is probably one of my favorites. This is the Flush Balm in the shade Beverly Hills. The most perfect, just peach color, so natural and beautiful. I like to use a decent amount of this. I know everyone's different on blush, but I just love the look of rosy cheeks. I used to be scared to use a lot of cream products because I felt like they wouldn't show up too, but these just last so well. I mean, you'll be with me throughout the whole day. For highlight, I'm using the Day Glow in Kava. It's the perfect shade for highlighter, just not too warm, not too cool toned. I think highlighter makes just the biggest difference for me. I'm so minimal with my brows, so the Brow Duo is just the best. I use the Brow 1990 just to kind of fill in any kind of sparser areas. I have a little bald spot right here that I like to fill in. And then the volumizing pomade just sets these, and sometimes I will just use this too if I'm really in a pinch. For eyeshadow, I just go back in with this Day Glow and I just add it to my eyelids. Gives my eyelids a little bit of color, but nothing crazy. I use their Clean Lash. It's the perfect mascara. Sometimes I can never decide if I should go for volumizing or lengthening. It's the perfect mix. It separates my lashes, but gives me a little bit of volume. Finishing off with the Shade Slick. This is in the shade All Natural. This is my dream lip product. Just so moisturizing, but still gives enough color. I'm looking at my camera, 10 minutes on the dot, and that is it. I'm obsessed with these products. It's so rare to find a makeup company where I can just buy everything from one company. Again, I'll have those sets down below. You can get my favorites, and that one comes with the Flush Balm, Shade Slick, Day Glow, and Clean Lash, and the Minimalist Brow Duo. I also have my must-have set, and that has the Flush Balm, Shade Slick, Day Glow, and Clean Lash. He's still snoozing, so I'm gonna go do a couple of chores around the house. I've had to learn how to prioritize. Before, I always loved just having a constantly clean house, cleaning up as I go, but realistically, that's not very realistic when you have a baby. And I think I've gotten a lot better at just letting the mess be. I do like to take some time, like right now, if I have a spare moment, to put things away. I try to do as much of this kind of stuff while he's awake as possible and just chill during nap time. But we're gonna head out of the house, so I wanna go ahead and put these away while I have the time to. While I'm talking about having a 2-nap schedule, every day still looks different. I would say we do have a lot more rhythms now. Things kind of seem to happen in the same order, but he's a baby. Babies change day to day. I, as an adult, change from day to day. I think it gave me a lot of sense of control trying to like force the schedule. One of the reasons why I love traveling with him so much is because you don't have the same timeline and it kind of takes the pressure off. So as much as possible, I try to live that out throughout my day to day too. Now, I'm not perfect at this. We do try to stick to our little bedtime routine that we do, but day to day, I also just want to enjoy my life. I want to go out and do things. I want to meet up with friends. It really is true that the only constant is change. I discovered that Walmart has the cutest baby clothes. I'm putting him in this little muslin set.
Oh my goodness!
I basically always wear this tush baby too. It's a little seat for him. Really saves my back. For running errands and everything, I really use this more than my carrier. About to head out of the house. We get out of the house every single day. This has been important to us since he was probably 2 months old. Once a day, getting out of the house. And it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Today we are just gonna go grab a coffee, which I don't necessarily need, but I kind of want. And then we're gonna go to the library. He just plays on the floor there, plays with books. He loves watching other kids right now, so I think it's good just for him to kind of interact with other kids. And it's free too, and it's so hot outside. It's gonna be 105 degrees today, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna be spending some time indoors. The days that we're at home the most are always the hardest for me. The house gets the messiest. We get the most stir crazy. I'm not sure who he got this from, probably his dad, but he's a major extrovert and likes to be out in the world. I think that's just all babies. They like to experience everything for the first time. Some of our favorite things to do: library. We go to the pool right now. I just run errands with him, take him to the grocery store. Now that he sits in the cart, he loves it. Fine, each month it gets easier and easier. I imagine until he's a toddler. Once he starts walking, it'll probably be trickier, so we're taking advantage of it right now. Realizing I didn't blend my blush very well. I always bring my diaper bag, but I don't necessarily carry this inside everywhere. I just like to have it in the car. We'll do lunch when we get back, but just have some wipes, extra diapers, extra outfit. I actually need to grab that. Secured.
Crank that AC.
Can I just do a grande cold brew with just a light amount of the sweet cream cold foam?
You know when you're checking out somewhere and they just seem so annoyed? Feeding him a little snack and then making him some avocado toast that we're gonna have. A very simple lunch. A simple activity that he loves doing is just pulling things out of a bucket. There are a bunch of random toys in here and he'll just spend the longest time going through here, pulling everything out. We'll put it all back in and he'll pull it all back out again. It really doesn't take much to entertain a baby. Having a little snack now. These are from Happy Baby, these little teether crackers. I was trying to do some fruit and he was not about it, but he likes these crackers. They basically just dissolve. But we're about to go down for our second nap. Usually when Aiden works from home, he will hold him for this nap because he just likes to do that with him and do some work on his phone, or if he has a break, then I will usually get some work done or do some things around the house. I think I'm actually gonna prep dinner today because we have some dinner things I wanna prep. I still kind of struggle with this, but early on I would struggle with not knowing how to make dinner at night. And for the most part, Aiden was doing a lot of our dinners. He was grilling for us, but I love cooking. It's something that I really enjoy. And I found that it kind of took that joy out of it because I just didn't have the time to take my time, have a fun drink, make it a whole experience. For me, one thing that has really helped is just prepping dinner ahead of time and also picking very simple meals. I'm actually doing a different recipe today. It's a kind of one sheet salmon potato asparagus recipe, and I find chopping my potatoes, prepping as much as I can, prepping my salmon, all of that is super helpful for just making sure dinner actually happens. I've been doing this lately while he takes his afternoon nap, and I found it to be really helpful. This is the salmon I buy. It's from Whole Foods. It's just a big bag of frozen salmon, and then when we're ready to eat it, I just de-thaw it in the fridge. I think that Costco also has salmon a lot of people like, but I always try to find wild caught. It's my favorite. And because this dinner calls for like honey, Dijon mustard, all that on the salmon, I'm gonna leave Connor's mostly plain, just one of these fillets, and then I'll make the sauce for sauce the right word? Marinade for Aiden Ice. That's just kind of how I modify, keep it simple. Sometimes I'll just do all of our food more plain. I do try to use spices and everything on his food, but honey is obviously a no-go. They tell you before kids to travel as much as you can, achieve your career goals, do all the things, but the only thing I really miss about my pre-baby life is rotting in bed. Having absolutely no responsibilities, laying in bed, watching Netflix, binging for however long I want to. Just doesn't happen as much these days. So if you don't have a baby, you can still travel with them. You can achieve those dreams, rot in your bed as much as possible. Someone is up and at 'em, and so we are gonna get ready to go to the pool. I am usually pretty tired by this point, and I really like the idea of just staying at home, but I find especially this last wake window, doing something at night helps him, one, just sleep better, and it just helps pass the time better. It's crazy, when we first started going to the pool, he was kind of apprehensive about it, but now he loves it. He keeps trying to swim too. He keeps putting his head in, pulling it out, trying to lay flat in the water too, and kick his legs. It's really cute. It's just cool to see him get more comfortable every time we go. And my makeup, still looking so good. This is another one of our favorite toys. I've shared this one before. It's this activity cube. It has so many different things on it. He is trying to pull up on it now though, so gonna have to watch. I can't just leave him here because it'll tip over. I do need to remove our Love Every mat. He's just past the stage. It's too small for him now, but we did like this when he was a little bit younger. Making Connor's dinner right now. Just finished our salmon. I'm like 110% sure he's not going to eat this. But again, we try. Cash actually loves salmon, so it'll work out if he just ends up throwing this on the floor. Just putting it in little bite-sized pieces. And when I give him food, I just put little amounts on his tray. I never put a ton. He's more likely to eat food that way, I find. Yeah. You're not gonna eat those, are you? It is bath time now. I'm trying to think if we have any new bath time products that we love. Whoa. He has always been a fan of his baths, but now he loves playing with toys in the baths. We have some of these guys in here, normal little bath toys, and then we also have this one from KiwiCo that's so cute. It's a little book, and then the pages turn color in the water. For his hair and body wash, I use Tubby Todd. I probably use this a couple days a week. Aiden came to the pool with us and stopped working early, so he's finishing work tonight. That's why it's kind of just been me tonight. But a lot of times he will do his bath, or he'll cook dinner, especially on the nights when I just really need a break. But it's been a really, really great smooth day today. And a lot of nights too, I will take a bath with him. I think it's so much fun to do that. We have always used this Angel Care bath seat, and I wanted to say, if you have this, flip it over once your baby's sitting. And that's what we've been doing. It's perfect when they outgrow like actually laying in it. Down. It was so easy tonight. The past couple of nights have not been like that, so nice little treat. Speaking of Merit, I've been using their Great Skin Instant Glow Serum, and I really like it. About to go eat dinner with Aiden. We want to watch a movie, but we can never figure out what movie we want to watch. I have a little bit of work that I need to get done, which is just realistic. This is kind of my one time to really get it done. But besides that, gonna chill, hang out with Aiden. Just got in bed. I'm using my flashlight on my phone because our light bulb is out. He just woke up and needed resettling, so I'm hoping that he's good for the next little bit. Last night he actually had one of his best nights. He woke up like he did tonight, and then he slept till 5, which is like amazing for us. That's happened 3 times before, technically sleeping through the night. I actually felt quite rested, and today was a great day for that reason. For the most part, he still wakes up at night, and I just wanted to put this in here because a lot of times I hear a lot about babies who just have slept through the night from really early on, and I want you to know if your baby's older and they still wake up. I too am usually up. He doesn't really have interest in eating at night anymore, but I think around this age they start having like peak separation anxiety, and I'm pretty sure that's a part of it. He usually just wants some comfort, to know that someone's there. It's about 9:40, I'm gonna head to sleep. Aiden still stays up after me, and so if he wakes up when he is up, he will feed him, soothe him, whatever he needs, just so I can get a good chunk of sleep. It's a new day. Last night was pretty good. I just put Connor down for a nap, but I wanted to say thank you guys so much for coming along with me. I wanted to finish this off with just a little note of encouragement. I was scrolling through my notes app and I remember I wrote this kind of message back when I believe I was 2 months postpartum at the time. I've been pretty candid about my whole journey so far and struggling early on, dealing with a lot of postpartum anxiety and just kind of having a rough start. And I was really confused during this time because a lot of what I saw online was either super negative about becoming a mom, of how difficult it was, how tired you were going to be, how your life is changing, or the polar opposite, especially when it came to the newborn days, of just how blissful and wonderful everything was. I was always searching for a middle ground of someone who would share some of the parts that were harder, but also, you know, just how worth it was and the positives and all the joy that came from it, which is why I wanted to share this with you. This is pretty intimate, but it's something I knew when I wrote this I would want to share for any other moms out there. And it says, today is a hard day. It's 1 p.m., but it seems like it should be midnight. The last few days are so good. You slept so well, you smiled so much. I kept up with chores, cooked a real dinner for the first time in months. We read books, your dad and I laughed together, like really laughed. I even convinced myself I was ready to work again. I thought we were turning a corner. I felt like a mother, like I had it figured out. Then you woke an hour earlier for your first night feed, then an hour earlier for the second. You were ready for the day at 5 a.m. rather than 6 a.m., deviations you hadn't made for a few weeks. But I thought we had a schedule. Was bedtime too early? Were the daytime calories too little? The house temperature too cool? You're more sad today. I know it's from gas. We bicycle your legs, do a tummy massage. You're still in pain. We try a walk, playtime, another bottle, maybe a nap will do. One short wake window later, we move to the rocking chair as you settle into my arms, the first time you've been at peace all day. It brings me to your first night home. You hated your bassinet. You only would want to settle on my chest. I hadn't slept in a couple of days, so awestruck that you were mine. We made you and you were so perfect. With your soft skin, the sweetest lips, so much bigger than we expected. I loved you in a way I had never loved anyone before. I knew that was God's design because being a mother was so much harder than I expected. I was so tired, the kind of tired that you would feel in your bones. You had trouble latching, you started losing weight. I was so worried about you. My hormones were shifting, chores started piling up. I missed who we used to be, the people I thought we'd be for you. My body was so weak. Why did this feel so hard? I always wanted to be a mom, your mom. I thought I had the instincts. They told me it would get easier. The fog will lift, they said. Just give it 3 months. It seemed so far away. I'd wake up each morning convinced I wouldn't make it another night. I was so hopeless, but one day you smiled at me, like actually smiled. I felt my heart flutter just as it had when they laid you on my chest for the first time. Then you cooed, so we would chat all day. You started enjoying your diaper changes, you grinned when Cash licked you, smiled when Daddy sang your bouncing song, kicked on your piano mat, and slowly, day by day, things felt so much lighter. Here we are 3 months later. I guess this was 3 months postpartum. They were right. The fog does lift, but like a weekly Texas forecast, my motherhood experience is ever changing. Some days are so bright and some days are really foggy, and while I can never quite predict what the next day will bring, one thing is for certain. My love for you is unending. If you are in that place right now, I just want this video to be a beacon of hope that each month things are just so much better. Of course there are tough parts, but I am so unbelievably happy, and I can say that from the bottom of my heart. This is the most full, the most purpose and happiest I have felt. Not a happy that is frivolous and light, but just deeply in my core so satisfied being a mom, and I trust myself each month more. I have so much more confidence each month, and it does get better, and I hope this is encouraging. And you guys mean so much to me. It's such a joy to get to share my own journey on here. I take it very seriously what I share on here. Thank you for being here. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.